on YouTube. I've pressed the live button. Hello to Firetog. Hello to John. Hello to Gabriel Zarop. Oh, and by the way, Steve-O.
Is this going to be a reveal that I don't know anything about?
Yes.
Here we go. Go on.
I've finally hit the button to get an air conditioning unit for the shed.
Ah! Can you send one to my house?
Is it that hot? Is it?
Not
I've
now,
got the door.
but
I've
it
got the
will
door
be.
shut. I've got the door shut, and it's hot outside. And I'm not gonna lie. If I don't get an air conditioning unit, then getting through this summer is going to be just
Horrific.
awful. Horrific. And I've only got the one computer on at the moment, and I can already feel the heat that's being generated from it. So I probably at some point during the stream may have to open up the door because it gets just too damn hot. Hello Karma baby. Hey Cage Paps, welcome. And tonight of course there's a football game on. Don't know if you're aware of that.
Well, the funny thing is that, well, you definitely won't be aware of this. There was a charity football match going on called Gameweek 39, held with like a lot of popular fantasy football accounts, and I genuinely was so invested in that I completely forgot the Champions League was happening. That is no joke. And they did like a massive event where they had it at like a proper stadium. Like a little, I don't know, it held like 150, 200 people or whatever. They did commentary on the spaces. Because it was just nice just listening to a genuinely like a community of people. A genuine community of people getting together and playing an 11-a-side match. And yeah, it just completely took me away from the real world, and I completely forgot Liverpool are playing tonight.
Tonight I'm a Madrid fan.
Ooh.
What?
I know you're going to be a Real Madrid fan. We don't want them winning.
Why wouldn't
I know
I be?
you want them to win. I can't. I want Liverpool all the way.
Oh, well, I don't.
Through and through.
So one of us will be happy by the end of the evening. We've got Ramanathan. So Karma Baby's fingers crossed for a Liverpool win. Cage Pap says, I knew that Gameweek 39 was on, but didn't listen to it. What was was for charity too? Yeah, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, I'll be real here. It's maybe
hopefully,
it was like popularised on Twitter, and the only reason why I'll be honest with you that I knew about it really is because Planet FPL did a podcast about it, and I thought this is actually really cool to listen. Genuinely, just cool to listen to.
You know, I'm just gonna stick. I'm just gonna move the screens bigger. There we go. And that way
make it bigger.
Yeah, because we don't need the teams. There we go. Don't need to worry about that. I'm gonna sort the graphics out as well for next season. I'm gonna have the everything's gonna be changed up again. So.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I reckon talk about.
Yeah. I think we'll talk about that later on. Let me just hide that.
I'll ask you the question because Dan said it on a voice message earlier.
Right.
He's missing fantasy football.
Is he?
Are you? Well, you've just answered. Are you missing FPL genuinely?
Not at the moment. I've been so busy with everything that's been going on that I've had to like panic to get my team like for so many months now, just to panic, just rush to get my team ready each week. So I'm kind of happy to just kind of take this opportunity to try and catch up with everything that I've got to do with the house, with the family. I've got work that's outstanding that I need to do. I've got ideas that I want to do for this channel.
Yeah.
And I think that I need to just what I really need is a good week or 2 weeks of just nothing in my head. Like the last God knows how long I've just been stressing over deadlines. I've been stressing over like time with the family and making sure that I've got a healthy work home life balance.
Yep.
I've been very mindful that I want to dedicate time to this channel and make sure that I'm, showing my face. But again, I think that I owe it to you and to the people in the community to kind of come up with ideas, listen to feedback, bring the content for next year to raise the game higher. We were, this year was supposed to be that year, but unfortunately with me quitting my job, I mean, if you remember, Steve-O, it all happened pretty much at the beginning of the season.
You'll have to tell me, because I don't remember last week. So
like July, it was June, the end of June, I quit my job.
Wow.
I quit my job at the end of the June last year, and obviously we were gearing up for Elite FPL. We were kind of had big ideas for this season, and basically I started working for a company and it was just full on from the get-go. And that kind of one of the things that is happening over the next few months is that we're going through a process where we're looking to build and expand, and hopefully I will have more opportunity to do this. That's in my spare time. Spare time is very valuable. It's precious. Time is precious. And I guess where I'm coming from is, Andre D says we need a break. We do need a break. Everybody needs a break. And I think that we should take advantage of this time to spend time, touch some grass. You could be out in the sun, be with your family, build, get a hobby, or if you haven't got a hobby already, find a hobby. There will be more FPL channels, I'm sure, springing up on YouTube over the next few months, three months or so, and I think that some of them will fail and some of them will be unique, and FPL is certainly not going to go anywhere, and it's only going to get more and more mainstream as we go through the seasons. It's definitely
going to get more mainstream. Blimey, it's just beyond mainstream. It's I think this season was kind of like, in my opinion, the first time where, since playing the game, since kind of quote doing content, whether it's for Facebook or this channel, this has certainly been the first season where I felt that it's been at its most popular from a quote mainstream point of view. And I think like the more, like the BBC are now getting more involved with it, as a simple example. Being part of that, albeit I was only on there for like 15-20 minutes, but being part of a space in which one of the 5 live presenters was on there being interviewed about the Fantasy Football Festival and everything, and even like the Fantasy Football Festival stuff. And I know Dread goes to he's part of the FPL Meets community and everything, and all these things are exploding. But I'll be honest with you, like with a lot of things, it's all coming all at once. And like in the you'll know this as a music fan, and anybody listening to this as a music fan, and me doing my podcast that I do, going through the history of my personal music journey, is that fads die off quite quickly. It's all exciting at first, and then it just kind of like, well, they've got one now, they've got one now, they've got one now, they've got one now, and it's just like, I don't know what to choose anymore, so I'm just going to go back to what it used to be. I'm not saying any of this is a bad idea, but I do think that next season, that I think that FPL could potentially become a bit overwhelming. I really do. I think the more the... Yeah,
and I think that's why we've always kind of been relaxed, laid back, more of a kind of like, community-based channel, as opposed to, guys, we need to start analysing the data right now, and we need to come up, because they've not always worked. Like, those sort of channels haven't always been the answer, to a lot of people's questions. I mean, we did have some content creators do very, very well this season. FPL Mate did very well. I mean, Andy's been very consistent. But there was others that disappointed, that have historically been pretty solid. So, you know, I guess when it comes to me and you, like, you know, we're still going to be fighting for that top spot in the Tour Bay League. We're still going to be doing the Rivals League, and I think that with the way that we do it here with the community is kind of something which we want to kind of build upon.
I mentioned it on a members video the other day, and it summed up. When I read this, I was just like, sorry, is Jason doing this from Elite FPL with his own account? I had to double look, and it was through your own personal Twitter account, at Elite FPL, Jason. But I love this, what you said. You went, next year, Elite FPL will have a fresh look, more rivalries, more intensity, same passion. And then a bit of a jokey one, better scheduling. I love that line, same passion.
Yeah.
I think that is the one line that stood out to me where I'm like, it's the one unique thing about our channel. And like I've said this a lot, it's not just fantasy football, you can apply it to anything on YouTube. You look at people's thumbnails and you're like, wow, that's amazing. That looks like a really good channel to be watching. Then you click on it, it's just like, oh, it's rubbish. I think that when you've got like two individuals in like me and you, for argument's sake, who admittedly this season hasn't been quite the case, but certainly we have had our pantomime villains in Cy Bellamy as an example, and I certainly have enjoyed the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season where you and Cy have been battling it out. It reminded me of a virtual FPL with you and John Harris, how you two would fight out.
Yeah.
And I think that you building on that next year is going to be really, really interesting. I mean, next season, I'm not going to reveal it now, but we have got plans for a new league, which we're going to be focusing on. The Rivals League isn't going anywhere, so don't panic, but there is going to be another league that we're going to be probably focusing more attention on. That's kind of happening behind the scenes at the moment with myself and Gabriel Derot, but we'll discuss that on a future date. But yeah, I think that it's going to sound really weird. I'm more enthused by you because you are the artistic. I literally said to Dan on a voice message about 2 hours ago now, you are the artistic genius. I don't know if people...
slow down, Steve. Don't go that far.
No. What you do is phenomenal. Like, legitimately. Like, I don't know of anybody in the fantasy football community off the top of my head that comes up with the things that you do. You know, the setup that you personally have is really unique. I don't know if people they're watching this now and they've seen Jason's setup at the moment. It's just incredible. And when you do start doing the graphical presentation and everything, and when we start coming up with new thumbnails and everything, because I know you're a very, very, very ambitious guy, and I legitimately am really excited.
Yeah, I mean the channel's been going now for how many years?
4 years, coming up to 4 years. Yeah.
Is it really?
But it's coming up to 4 years. Yeah, it's just over 3.5.
Okay, so 4 years almost. So, you know, when we look back to the beginning of the channel and, you know, kind of the format we were doing then, I think that we've held true to our roots. I don't think we've deviated much from them whatsoever. And I think that's a testament to us as just genuine people, and the fact that the community keeps coming back. They obviously relate to us. You know, and we've always said, like, we won't change that for anything. I mean, we will improve the graphics, we will improve the hopefully we'll improve the presentation, but you know, there'll always be Steve-O getting angry, eating McDonald's or eating donuts, and there'll always be me that sit back laughing, and that's just the way it is. And you know, just random talking about SmackDown and, you know, other bits and bobs that pops into his head. But one of the things that I did miss this season was the call-in.
Yes, yeah.
I think the call-in show needs to try and be, you know, we need to try and get that back. Where possible, we need to involve the community more and more, and I think the call-in show is personally one of my favorites. You know, nothing better to hear people that are ranting and raging about something that's happened on a weekend, whether it be a VAR decision that's gone against them or a penalty miss.
The one thing,
it's great.
The thing is, this is what I loved about doing that nostalgic stream a few weeks back, is because it brought back so many like genuine memories of like what you just said. We stick to our roots and everything. Da 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 da. We get to chat
if you
about
go back to
and...
if you go back to very quickly, if you go back to one of our first episodes, you'll find the demeanor and the topics, the conversation very similar to what we've been doing this year. It's like, but yeah, carry on, sorry, Steve.
No, I was just going to say, and what I I've just completely lost it. What was it? It's about you. I'll come back to that in a minute. I've completely forgotten what it was. But...
Well, I'll just quickly say hello to you've got John Harris in the chat. We've got that lost guy here too. Got FPL Wokey. Timmy's here. Hey Timmy, Nasu. But yeah, what was it? Sorry.
No, it was the fact that I genuinely miss you having conversations with people and just absolutely miffed at someone's genuine decision making. Like, oh, I don't know. You'll come out with the line, "You've triple captain Vardy? What?" And it'd be somebody that's like 2000th in the world or whatever.
Yeah.
And you genuinely, I legitimately miss that conversation piece, because you're very good with people. You know, I've openly admitted that I'm pretty. It's not. What's the word I'm looking for, Jace? Not intro. Is it intro? What's introverted? That's the one that's. I'm quite introverted, and I have to kind of like need to have a rapport with someone to kind of like really want to speak to them. Whereas you've openly admitted, I'll talk to anybody. I couldn't care less. And
I will, and that's not necessarily some. You know, that's again. I don't want to ramble on, but I do like to talk to people, and I do like to hear what they have to say. I think being good at doing the call-in is listening. Like, the ability to listen is much more important than the ability to speak sometimes, because, you know, especially when the call-in shows, it's all about them giving you their story, and all you're doing is just, you know, you're not talking per se, you're just commenting on what they've said, you know, and letting them dictate the narrative and the show. And I really think that we'll look at kind of bringing that back on the Sundays for definite. We need Andy Salter back, says Natsu. But no, I think that we can have ideas. In Discord, we might do what I'll do in Discord is I'll make a channel called. I mean, there's already a thing. There's a think tank channel in Discord. If anyone's got any ideas, like if you're in the Discord and you've got an idea that you want to see for next season, put it in the think tank. You know, we want to kind of build upon what we've got so far as a community, and also the moderators will get a moderator meeting scheduled at some point over the next few weeks and months, so we can kind of all sit down and talk about plans for next season. I know Firetog's listening in. I know you know, some of the mods are here too. You know, when it comes to things like the Super Cup, which Firetog has put together so amazingly. You know, these are things that the community really, really looks forward to, and a lot of times they're something that the community holds dear because they've maybe dropped down in their Cash Mini League, or they've dropped down in the world rankings, and they can look forward to the Super Cup opening up sort of at the turn of the year and kind of, you know, striving to try and win that, which is really nice. And I think those sort of things with the community is kind of running events for the community themselves. It's just, you know, it's priceless. Absolutely priceless. So yeah, you know, next season's going to be exciting. I'm going to again do my utmost so I can try and manage my time a little bit more efficiently. I mean, the part of the reason me buying this air conditioning unit is because I'm very, like, during the daytime I can't really work in here because it gets too hot, which means I tend to stay awake quite late working. So let's hope that I can kind of alleviate that issue with the aircon. Anyway, there's 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and Lino winning the Elite FPL predictor. Congratulations, Lino. A freak.
It's a freak.
He is.
No, I know he is. It's crazy. It's legitimately crazy how this guy. I think he works on. To be fair, it is kind of like his
Back
job.
to the Future.
and he kind of like works on a lot of percentages. The likelihood.
He's got the sports almanac from Back to the Future. If anyone knows what I'm on about, he knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I look forward to missing a game week in the score predictor and then giving up again. That's generally what happens for me. So what's everyone saying for the Liverpool game tonight? What's your score predictions? Get them in the chat, guys. Do you tip Liverpool to win the league? I see too many Liverpool fans in the chat, Steve-O. I'm a little bit concerned. I feel like they're outnumbering. We've got all the Glory supporters in the chat now. Come on, who's got the red screwed on? 3-1 Liverpool. Get that sound. 3-1 Liverpool. 2-2 in normal time. Liverpool to win. 3-2. Anyone got Real Madrid to win? I'm going Real Madrid. Completely unbiased.
I can't really call it. I think that it could either be like the City game, like an end-to-end 3-2, 3-1, something like that. It could be like a 1-goal in it, 2-1 either way, 1-0 either way. It could be 0-0. Literally, I didn't want to put any bets on it today because it could be just anything. I'm just hoping for a really entertaining final, and that at the end of it, Ancelotti and Klopp just hug each other and just say, "Good game, mate. Good game," and that's it. I don't want it to go to extra time. I don't want it to go to extra time and penalties. I want it to be a game that ends in the 90 minutes. That'd be great from my personal perspective. And then, seeing Salah and Mane lifting that cup.
Funny how all the Man United Glory supporters have become Man City and Real Madrid fans in recent years. Yeah, well, there are unfortunately people that just they go where the success is, but whether you can call, I mean, I guess they are they're football fans, but they just flock to, I used to have a friend at school that was like that, Steve-O. He had literally had his name was Ian, and he had pretty much all of the football shirts at some point. Arsenal, Man United, he had, I'm trying to think, Chelsea. These were the day. These were back in the days. Like, this is like 98, 99. Like, Blackburn. I'm sure he had a Blackburn.
Basically, any team that was winning a cup, he'd have the T-shirt on.
He had like, if a team got to the FA Cup final and won it, I think he bought a shirt.
Yeah.
And like, we play football in the park on the weekends, and he would always turn up with a different football shirt every single time, and it was just like, it was crazy. Like, but you know what? Like, when I was younger, I used to have this thing about football shirts. Like, I had to wear the current football shirt. I couldn't wear an old football shirt.
Oh, right, yes.
I used to look at the old football shirts as like, no, it needs to be a brand new one. But of course now the older ones are like the really cool ones that you want to kind of hold onto. I remember the Man United shirt that had the Old Trafford kind of printed into the background of it. The one where the badge was in the middle. And I think it was the one with the collar, actually. It was the collar. And I just threw it away, I think, after... I didn't. I think it was... I just didn't wear it. And I think my mother threw it away. Mind you, I probably wouldn't fit into it now. But, it's just like, now, if I knew that, I would have probably held on to it. If I knew then what I knew now, I probably would have held on to it and have, looked after it a bit more. Because I think, these things are memorabilia, aren't they? So, anyway, I'm rambling on, Steve-O.
Should we get on with looking over the...
Yeah, let's look over what happened.
What happened last season, the winners of the three main leagues, the two leagues and the Super Cup, of course. Should we just do as ever, start with the Torbay Elite, mate?
I guess so. Let me just spend a moment to just make a screen for that, because right now I'm just I don't have, because I've moved you. I'm have to move you back.
No, yeah. Stick me on the top. Yeah, because obviously that's the bread and butter of this channel, and
Okay, so the Tour Elite, I mean, you only want to talk about it because you won it.
No, I just want to talk in general.
Yeah,
Just
here we go. Let's talk about the Tour Elite, shall we? Let's talk about the Tour Elite. Yeah, can you let us know who won it?
I missed out.
Sorry, Steve. I missed out on that one. Who won it? Oh, you did. Oh, right. Okay, mate.
Only 2,000 places away from 40k, Jace. 2,196.
Oh, you missed it.
42,196. Which is
42,196. You ended on a nice score of 84. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I'll ask you. What are you gonna do with your prize money?
Yeah, Dan's sorting out. It's just, ironically, just before we came on air, talking of like money and everything. It's just, I mean, without being a boring old fart, it's just gonna go straight into the bank, mate.
Pay for the electricity bill.
Pay for the electricity bill, yeah.
Because that ain't getting any cheaper, I'm telling you now.
It's all just going to go on the electricity. So, yeah, it's just been crazy. That season. And, you know, the lowest rank I was, looking at it here, is 1.1 million, and that was in game week 4. I never got to, like, the 100k mark until game week 35. And I wasn't even 100k.
Have you seen the thing on? I think it's on FPL Gameweek. Let me just find out. It's got a league. Hang on, I'll show you something. Don't do anything. You got the stream up in front of you?
I can get it up.
Get the stream up because I want to show you something. I don't know if you know about this.
Probably not, but you know.
It's pretty cool. Let me just get my team ID. And I'll throw it up.
Oh, is this when you can find out your captaincies and everything?
No. It's like it's basically it's a leaderboard chase of the league and how it went through the season. You can see the people that have go up positions and down positions. It's quite interesting. So we'll quickly do that and. Give me a moment. It's called a league. It's called a league race. Right. So, let me. Yeah. Get it up on the screen. Let me know when you've got it up on the screen. And I will.
League race. That's cool.
Have you got it up on the screen?
It'll be up there in about 2 seconds. In a 3, a 2, a 1. Come on. So slow. Here we are. Yeah, there we are.
Dark mode FPL. Here we go. Right, here we go. So this is it here. I'll throw it up on the screen and not sponsored by FPL Gameweek. I just like that. I like using their website. Right, so FPL Gameweek, if you watch this, feel free to sponsor.
You joke. But
we don't do sponsors. We've always said no to them. Right, so I'm gonna go slow, and I'm gonna go top 10 teams in the league. Okay, and we're gonna start to see exactly how the league happened.
Mental.
All right, ready? So it started off.
It's like virtual FPL.
So Paris Saint-Germain started off at the beginning at the top, and then you got Benson's baller. So there's me, Template Knight in second. All this time, and then the best pips me.
This is slow mode.
At what? This is game week 4. This is slow mode.
Are you able to pause it?
Game week 5. Hang on. Am I able to pause it? I don't think I can actually.
Because I want to see where because you're here second. I'm seeing.
Right. Let me just. Right. This is slow. Right. So this is game week 2. Let me just make it a bit smaller so you can see what's going on here. Hang on. So I'll make it less people as well. I'll make it top 5 teams.
This is amazing.
I know, right? So game week 1. This is game week 1. So there's Benson's ballers. There's me. Game week 2. Game week 3. Sharpshooters is shooting up. I go to top in game week 4 or game week 3, game week 4, and then Benson's ballers moves to top. Then I'm catching him up, and then do I catch him? Do I go top? Yeah, I go top in game week 7, and then you're in 5th, and then I drop out of it game week 9, and then I'm catching up with you. And do I overtake you after that? No, I'm just falling away now. I'm falling away. falling away. Sharpshooters is at top. This is you at game week 13. Am I catching you a little bit there? I am. Game week 14. I don't think I overtake you though. No, I don't think I overtake you. Or do I? I'm getting close.
And this is exactly where we were.
Yeah, this is exactly where we were.
So you were below me. Wow.
Yeah, in game week 18. Jack's there as well. Game week 19. Game week 20.
Where's Saigon?
He's dropped off. I go back up to 5th. And then game week 23, game week 24, everyone's kind of cemented their positions for a little bit. And then Jack's pushing me. You've gone up to 3rd and 26th. Benson's Ballers is doing very, very well. And then this is when you start to put on the gas. Game week 28, you're really pushing on now. Into 2nd place, game week 29. I'm falling down. Jack's catching up to me. You've dropped down to 3rd in game week 31, and then this is when you put your last push in at 32. Benson's Ballers, there you go, top in 33. I'm in 4th place. Jack's pressuring me here in 34. 35. I dropped down to 6th and 37, and then that was it. Then after that was me out.
It's like watching a horse race. That's mental. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that's how it all ended.
That's absolutely crazy.
And then we could do the same for the Rivals League in a minute.
Yes, of course. Yeah, do the Rivals. The thing is, I never saw Sai's name in that, apart from right at the start.
I think it's because it's showing me. Actually, I've just realised it's the top 5 teams, but I'm always on the display as a reference.
Right. I see.
So
okay.
I think that's why. So So Sai, if I start it here, was he ever in the top 4?
Of course. Yeah, he was always like there and thereabouts.
What's his team name?
The Best.
Yeah, but his team name, is it The Best? His team name?
Yeah, that's his team name, yeah.
Well, he's not on here.
Maybe he's quit the league. maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, it's The Best. Yeah.
And he was in the top 4?
Of course he was, yeah. He was doing really, really well.
Well, I'm looking for him. I don't see him. Let me just say top 10. Let's just see if he's in the top 10 on here.
So
there he is. Okay, so this is it then. We'll look at this then. This is how it worked.
It's
game week 5.
Like looking at a horse race. Because I know, Sai was top.
There we go. There's the Best. Yeah. So here he is. He's 3rd place in game week 7. That was weird. What a weird glitch that was. Game week 8. I'm dropping out.
Look at the fight between you and him as well.
You and Sai there, look. Neck and neck.
Yeah.
Game week 12. And then, he's...
And then he tanks it up.
He tanks up.
That.
Game week 14 we're on now. Game week 15. You see where you catch up now. You're like the horse that's at the back, and you're like taking your time sort of thing. And then we get into game week 21.
Oh, Dale, of course. Dale missing out on 4th.
I'm back up in 6th, 7th, I should say.
Yeah, because Sai is like 100 odd points ahead of me.
Yeah, look again. Sai's doing so well there, and then look at this now in game week 27 onwards. He'll start. he's top. He's top at the moment. He'll fire off, and then all of a sudden, something happens. He starts to get too clever. It gets to game week 30, and I think from game week 30 onwards, it's downhill for Sai. There we go. 2nd.
Yeah.
Down 3rd to 4th.
And Sai uses his chips quite early as well.
Did he get back into 3rd? No, he didn't. He's dropped right off.
He just drops then, getting closer to you. In fact, you overtake him. Look at that.
I did, yeah.
Look at that between 4th, 5th, and 6th.
It's ridiculous, and that's where it ended. That's where it ended. Right, so let's have a... So yeah, let's talk about your season, Stevo, whilst we've got the opportunity here. You're here now to talk about it. One second, I've got to open up the door because I'm going to absolutely melt in a minute.
I don't even know what to say. about the season, to be honest with you. Just want to say quickly while Jason's here, cheers everybody for just joining us. This is the quick season review. We're just quickly going for the Torbay Elite and then go for the Rivals League and Super Cup. But yeah, go for it, Jason, you were saying.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, so this season, what did you, like you mentioned we weren't watching as many content creators on YouTube. Would you put it down to the fact that you had more time off work during the most important period of, say, game week 30 to game week 38? You had more time available to kind of sit down and analyze and think about what you were doing?
No. I have
because that is certainly a difference in your life.
It's a coincidence. It is a coincidence that the time that I've had off coincided with me having about 10 green arrows out of the last 12 or whatever it is. But honestly, I really genuinely put it down to just blocking out the noise, just blocking it out. That's the truth. I think, don't get me wrong, I think you made a point in the final day of the season when you said, like, look, maybe doing the members videos more often has helped you reflect on your decision making. This is true. That's very, very true. But no, I genuinely do think that just blocking out the noise has helped me a lot more. And I wrote down for a members video, I just wrote out like a list of things I'm taking into next season. And I know it's going to be extremely difficult, but it is going to be a case of blocking out the noise again, like genuinely just blocking it out. Don't want to listen. I don't want to listen. And also making, quote, safe decisions as well. I remember last season just making, it's like J&O said, like a lot of people that are chasing always make the stupid moves to chase rather than just doing the sensible moves.
Well, they take risks.
Yes. Yeah. And I think this season for me, it's just a case of just play it safe. And I think once I kind of saw first place in the Torbay Elite I've pretty much got it. At that point, I'm thinking, actually, I want to set myself higher to get that 50k. When it was 75, well, members will be able to tell me it was 75k. Oh no, 99.999. Then it was 75k, and then I said 50k. And I thought, to hell with it on the final day of the season. Stuff it, stick the triple captaincy on Mane. Because I normally leave... Did well. Yeah. I normally leave the triple captaincy to the final day of the season. I've done that quite a few times, actually. And the next season, I kind of want to play it relatively safe. Go with, like, the proven players. Try not to take risks. I know you put it in Discord, didn't you, about... I think it was you. I'm sure it was. About the Mitrovic bandwagon.
Yeah.
Next season, I think it was One Life Soccer said it depends on their fixtures, and I agree. But they've lost Carvalho, whatever his name is, their most creative player, like Norwich did with Buendia. They lost him to Aston Villa, and you with any championship team, the second you start taking out,
he never did the same thing for Villa than he did for Norwich, did he?
He never played, did he? He just never got the opportunity. And then it's no coincidence that towards the end of the season, when Buendia was getting opportunities, he started assisting, he started scoring goals. It's one of those, really. And I think that maybe next season he could be a hidden gem. Coutinho is on the list of players which I never want to touch for the barge ever again. We all have those players that you just don't want to use, really. But I just think that this season really has been just ploughing along and stuff. But for you, looking at that race just there, roughly around game week 9ish and stuff, can you remember back then?
Mate, it's all a blur to me now.
So this is, I'll give you the exact date, and of course, this was game week 9's deadline was Friday the 22nd of October.
God, I mean,
do you remember back to October? I can't. But...
I know that. No, I'm not really. I think that at that point, I was taking a few gambles with some of the things I was doing.
Because I'm just looking at your game history here. Game week 4, you were 14,000 14,000th.
It went downhill, Steve-O. Like, it all went downhill. Like, I started off quite strong, and I tend to have a good start to a season. It's just, I found it very difficult to stay focused on the game this year, to be honest with you. I couldn't stay focused at all, really. And I mean, it goes to show, really, my overall ranking. You know, in game week, I was in the 100,000. Around 100,000 game week 4, and it just literally. Sorry, that was my game week rank. My overall rank was 14,000. Sorry, as you said, game week 4, and then it just dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped ever since then, pretty much.
Game week 1, 253k, went all the way up to 14,000th by game week 4. That's ludicrous, and then it just from that moment onwards, it just.
Yeah, I was at one point I was over 2 millionth.
Yeah,
like.
Game week 18.
2 weeks, yeah, and that was I think I took an 8-point hit there, and dropped down to 2 millionth. I mean, trying to recover from being that far down, 2 millionth. Game week 18, pretty much halfway through the season at that point, it's very difficult. It's doable, but. Certainly to try and finish in the top 100,000 at that point is very difficult with the amount of people that are playing now that are just hardcore fantasy football kind of. What did you think about the second free hit being in the game?
When was that again? Well, I do know when it was. I mean, why was it introduced again? The whole coronavirus stuff, is that right?
Yeah, well, I
can't remember.
Obviously people had to, because earlier in the season people had to. They were kind of screwed by the coronavirus. There was a few delays. There was a few postponements, of course. The famous one was obviously the Liverpool one, and whether or not they had it or not. And it was like teams were using it to kind of, there was allegations that teams were using it to kind of to their advantage almost. But I think that the FPL kind of came out and were like, well, we've noticed that people have been using their free hits to kind of navigate this, this spate of clubs, confirming coronavirus positive tests. I think so. They just said, right, we're going to give you the second one for the second half of the season, which was good of them.
Fire Talk with a memory here. Didn't you wildcard in game week 4 and Dread and him, Fire Talk, came on to critique it? Do you remember that? Again, I don't remember.
Game week 4.
You definitely
God, your
wildcarded.
memory, yeah. Game week 4. Wildcarded. I got 84 points. God, Torres. I bought in Ferran Torres.
Lukaku.
Captain Lukaku did all right.
Who the hell was he playing? 3-0 against Aston Villa. Lukaku scored 2 goals.
-1. Marcal, remember Marcel? He was a bandwagon as well at one point. Shaw. This is when I had Ronaldo, Shaw in my team. I think at one point I may have had 3 Man United. Did I start the season with 3 Man United? Let me have a look. Let me just double check.
Markel, you brought him in game week 4 and he got you 2 assists and a clean sheet.
Yeah, I didn't know I had Bruno Fernandes and Shaw, and then obviously moved from Bruno Fernandes to Ronaldo. I had 3 Man United. I had Greenwood.
That game week 4, look at the scores. 3-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 4-1, 0-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-1. Only 2 teams scored against their opponent in both teams to score, which was Man United always conceding, and Burnley conceding 3, and obviously Everton conceding. But other than that, everybody else had a clean sheet. What a bizarre weekend.
It was
that
odd.
Was.
Yeah. I mean, let's quickly have a look at your game week history actually for this season. Obviously, you won it, so it's a bit more interesting than looking at mine.
You say that, but
your overall rank, you're pretty consistent. Like your Your game week ranks are pretty healthy as well. I think your overall rank, I mean, you were 567,000 after the first week, and then at game week 4, by comparison, you were 1.1 million. So quite a big gap at that point.
1.1 million compared to 14,000.
Yeah. So you made up a lot of ground, and that was purely by looking at your game week 5 onwards. I mean, you 885, 547, and then obviously had a bit of a couple of red arrows, but then again, when you recovered really well. Your green arrows from that point was 500, 420, then you went down to 312, and then you roughly kind of flirting around that sort of 500,000 mark for quite a bit of time, and then you put the gas on sort of towards the second half of the season, which is the perfect, that is the time when you want to be putting the gas on. I mean, you're looking at like from 500,000 ranking to game week 25, pushing towards 300,000, and then game week 26, 270, again around 300,000, 27, and then this is when you really put the foot on the gas. 29, 171,000, 30, 161, 31, 168, 32, 191, and then again even better, game week 33, 150,000. Again, every week doing better than the last. I mean, from game week 32 onwards, you were just sailing. Green arrow after green arrow after green arrow. Game week 33, green arrow, 150,000. Game week 34, green arrow, 123,000. Game week 35, green arrow, 101,000. 36 to 51,000. 37, 47,000. Obviously finishing it off in game week 38 with 42. I mean, it's perfect.
Looking at it here, finish. I've done quite a lot of hits as well.
You couldn't have asked to have done much more better than that. From where were you? 308,000 in 27.
27, yeah.
To finish 42,000 in 38.
Like you stated, flirting between 215k and 500k between game week 20 and 29. And then, like you said, just like that, bang, like a rocket.
Absolutely, just put the pace on at the end, like a sprinter in the Olympics. Just kind of, taking it steady on a long distance sprint, long distance marathon or something. You just kind of taking it steady, sort of middle of the ground, 500,000, and then all of a sudden, in the last 6 game weeks, you just absolutely went crazy.
I think as well,
your scores kind of say it all, really. Just look at them: 93 game week 33, 81 game week 34, 64 game week 35. In a game week that was actually pretty mediocre, if I remember rightly. There wasn't many high scores at all in that game week. 36, 153, 87 in game week 37, and again 84. I mean, that average is ridiculous. Those 6 game weeks was ridiculous average. I mean, what's that? That's got to be about an average of 78 points. That's with the 64, and probably even more than that because of that 153 score. So massive. But yeah, Steve, that's exactly when Steve went sick with, off sick with his work. Steve has good game weeks every time he releases a new headbanging video.
I think I must have gone off sick around 22nd of March, basically, is when I went off sick. So it was around, I can tell you here that would have been game week 2030, something like that.
Game week 30, yeah, look what happened then since that.
Game week 30, yeah, just pure
coincidence, he says.
Game week 31. Wow,
there might be a 1 week wildcard available just for the game week after the World Cup, like when they return from COVID. Really, do you think?
Yeah, I think it was Andy that's popularised that opinion. I agree. I think that next season with the World Cup, they are going to do something after the World Cup.
Do you think they're going to change something with the game in terms of making it an interesting chip? A change to
I
the
don't think it'll be an
somehow?
Interesting chip, but I do think they are going to change a chip. I don't know which one.
Change or add?
They're not going to add. They're going to. When you say add,
what are they going to remove? Bench boost?
Well, if you got bench boost, triple captain, and free hit, isn't it? It'll be bench boost then, yeah. So they'll replace.
Well, I think I kind of like bench boost.
Yeah, I don't have the problem. This is why the game works. This is why I really like the game, because it's so simple, and I can't think off the top of my head what chip I'd like to bring in that allows you to essentially play every single player. I think that's what makes it enjoyable, being able to play every single player in your team at once.
I remember when they had the all-out attack chip. That was really cool. You could have like 2 defenders.
Yeah.
What did the all-out attack become? What did it become? It became the free hit, didn't it?
I would have thought.
No, free hit, wasn't it? Yeah, it was free hit. They never had the free hit.
Wow, Christ! I wonder if they'd consider moving the triple captaincy and turning that into like, oh, I don't know, captain and vice captain get those double points instead. It's ridiculous.
Well, you could do some crazy stuff, couldn't you? Like multipliers, there was one that somebody said that it was in another fantasy game. I can't remember what it was though. Yeah, I'm not going to remember now because I'm trying to. It won't let me. Limitless instead of free hit. That would be good. Unlimited budget chip would be. That would be very good. I think that's what it is actually. Limitless. You just bring in anyone, whoever you want
for that one game week.
I think that's really good.
Haaland, Ronaldo, and Kane up top.
Like premiums. Every position of premiums would be insane.
I don't think it will happen, but what I really am hoping is that they change certain players' positions.
Like
Salah maybe a striker, Son being a forward. I would genuinely advocate Kane being a midfielder. Genuinely.
No.
Because of his position.
No.
He's blaming central midfielder for crying out loud. Ball playing midfielder. But it won't happen. They won't change Kane's position. He will still be a striker. But I do think that
he is a striker. I mean,
and they need to sort out the pricing system in which it makes it harder for us to choose. Like, I don't know. So Salah's going to be what, 13 million, maybe 13.5, and Mane comes in at say 11, 10.5, 11. I think they need to do something like that.
Just to make people think, like, ooh.
Yeah. Because we all know that Haaland's going to come in at minimum 11.5. That's a minimum.
I think 12.
12. Well, yeah, 12, 12.5, something like that. The likes of KDB, he's going to be, 11, 11.5 again. The likes of, what's his face, Shota, he's going to be 9, 9.5, maybe even 10. You've got the likes of Saka, 8, 8.5, Bowen, 8, 8.5, 9. It needs to make us think.
Yeah.
All the defenders are all going to be, the highest.
Any Man United players in your team next season?
No. It's going to be
new manager,
Liverpool and Man City. That's it.
New
Liverpool
manager
and Man City. And I will be.
What if we get some big names coming in?
Like who? Exactly. I don't know enough about United to, be persuaded to be bringing anybody other than Ronaldo. If Ronaldo was to drop down in price to maybe, and it won't happen, maybe 10.5, 11 million striker.
Hey, man.
I may be interested. Fernandes down to say 10 million. And they had really good fixtures. Like their opening fixtures were 3 out of the first 6 were against the promoted teams.
Some of the players that United have been linked with: Darwin Núñez, striker Benfica, Ruben Neves, Frankie De Jong.
I know the names. I don't know what they bring to the team whatsoever. There's more people that have more expertise in that field to be able to tell us more than I'd be able to tell you.
Timber. I would like Timber to come to United.
Who is that?
Plays for Ajax.
Right.
He's young. He's fast. I think he knows Van. Hang on, it's reading up something.
The Perisic transfer to Tottenham, that looks like it's coming close to being done.
He's a defender for Ajax. He's an absolute beast. He's built like, I mean, I'd rather him than Maguire. I just don't see him coming though.
No.
Well, he knows Ten Hag through Ajax.
Right.
So
Okay.
you never know.
I'm just hoping United are a lot more attacking next year. I mean,
It'd be better for the league if we had more teams pushing for top. Like, you know, I don't think United would be pushing for top, but certainly if we can be in the top 4, that'd be nice.
It's mainly going to be Chelsea.
Oh my God,
push top.
Bastoni's linked. I remember him in Champ Manager. Declan Rice, that wouldn't be a bad one, I don't think. Milinkovic Savic, yeah, also know him from Championship Manager as well. Plays for Lazio.
Literally, these names. I have
Tuchemeni is also another one I know. He's a good. He was a defensive midfielder, I believe. He's Ward-Prowse. I don't think Ward-Prowse would be good for Man United, personally.
Shall we? We've got about half an hour left because we all
go on. Yeah. Talk about the Rivals League.
Go with the Rivals League, yeah. Because that. Do you want to put up the race for the Rivals League?
Yes. Let's put up the race.
That's going to be very interesting to me. So for people listening in the top, it was run by Crypto. So congratulations to you, Crypto, mate. Second place was Raffaele, that lost guy who's here now. Joe Nicholson third, and Sultan Said fourth. But this was a huge.
Right, here we go. I'm sticking the race on. So game week. Let's just stick this into top 5 teams in the league. Game week 1. You can see here.
Bloody hell, Crypto was up there.
That's not me, is it? What? What? This can't be right.
Did you type in Crypto's name or your name?
No, Crypto FPL. Here we go. There he is, top of the league. Did I start off really well in the Rivals League?
I'm assuming so, based on this.
Wow. I didn't realise I started off so good. Crap. Look at me dropping off now.
In fact, actually, that brings a memory back. I remember me and you joking about, wouldn't it be funny if you won the Rivals League?
At the beginning, dreams can't be by. Don't sniff my rose up there with Crypto FPL. And then this is interesting. Game week 19.
But this is based on Crypto, because I know for fact Wayne Dean, John Harris were up there. These aren't those players' names. I think.
Right. Well, I need to stick it. I think it's top 5 teams in the league
as of now. Right.
Right. Okay. So top 10 teams in the league. Right. I'll do this. This will work. This will be it. Here we go. This is it. This is a true reflection of what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I did start off well. Look, geez, I started off really well in game week 3, game week 4, and then I dropped off. That was my glory. I can actually say, Steve-O, at one point I was top of the Rivals League this season. At one point, right at the beginning, game week 3, and then I'm gone, gone completely.
At FPL big at the back. That's J-Lo.
So we're in game week 12 now. Game week 12.
Rubber Dinghy Rapids. That's
Game week 14,
just George Bailey.
Game week 14. Game week 15. 16. 17.
What the hell is Maples, Mr. Anderson? It's all the same.
Wow, look how close it is. Look how close it is. Game week 20. Game week 20.
Oh, yeah, it was literally just a point in it. Literally just a few points in it.
It literally is, isn't it? Game week 23. Game week 24.
Because Crypto came out from nowhere.
Game week 26, 27. I think Crypto's second now. 28. Does he drop before he goes to top? That's the question. Doesn't look like
it's just a fight between them two.
Him and Robertinha. Crypto's top there, 32, 33. Is there any like drama between Crypto and anyone else? This is the thing. 34. I think he stays top, doesn't he?
It's mainly between
35,
Raffaele. Look at
36.
Raffaele giant killing.
Yeah.
Just randomly out of nowhere.
Yeah, he just came out of nowhere and just, yeah. Wow. And in the end, you know, Crypto finishing 33 points ahead of second after being such a tight race for the majority of the season. That's really good.
Well, that lost guy played his free hit chip that day, the final day, but it did okay. He got more points than Crypto, but really it didn't pay off.
It didn't make up.
And yeah, I mean the top four, you know, regular features in the Discord and everything. And I was rooting for John Harris, but I ended up, I just can't believe this. I ended up a point behind John Harris.
You know what that means, Steve-O, don't you? We need to update the Elite FPL Hall of Fame.
You see, this is even news to me. Where is this found?
You know about the Elite FPL Hall of Fame, don't you?
No, I don't know.
What?
This is going to be completely news to me.
Do you not ever go on our website? Ever?
Only for Score Predictor.
Do you not look at the menu on there and see that we've got?
Hold on a minute, I'll do it now. Let's have a butcher's.
So we've got Hall of Fame here, which is...
This is where all the money goes and I don't even use it.
Challenge League winner. This is back in 1920. You there, Steve?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Right, hang on. Let me just bring this. Challenge League winner back in 1920. We've got Amanda Dillon.
That's Lino there. When was this put up?
Right, so we've got 1920, the Champions League winner, which was Resi Desi.
Yes.
Andy 1998. Then we got Lino Score Predictor winner, 1920, 2021, 2021, 22, 2020. What does it keep him? And then I need to update this here. So Community League winner, Desert Fox. Is he still?
I don't even know. Yeah, but the community winners.
We need to update this for 2021. And 21
we
to
haven't
22.
even got 2020,
yeah,
2020.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We need to update this. So there we go. We need to update that. Right.
That's ridiculous. I'm just looking at the history bit as well. Bloody hell, man.
Bring back merch. Bring back merch. Yeah, I mean, I think there's no harm in maybe putting some merch. Maybe I do need to sort the website out. I need to do a lot of things. Like, it's just, one thing at a time. Yeah, Steve, if you can take control of the leagues, maybe I'll just take control of what happens on the website then.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So that's just one league then.
Yeah, lucky guys.
Crying out loud.
Just the basics. Tesco basics. Thank you, Gabriel Durab. I knew I can count on you for that information, and then we can get that propagated on the website.
Paulie's saying there's a Hall of Fame section on Discord.
There is a Hall of Fame section on Discord, but does it actually have does it have everything on there?
Well, I know Gabriel Durop updated every single winner this league and the various leagues that various people were participating in.
Oh, you know what? I did have that. I did have the Hall of Fame that I don't know if I've updated it though, because I had it all nice and neatly put in. Let me have a look.
So, and where's the Hall of Fame section then?
It's at the top.
Right at the top, right. Oh yeah.
Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's. I don't think that's. Oh, that's 2020 to 2021. That's all right. That's fine. So we've got.
Invitational League was Rivals League this year.
Invitational League's Paulie. Then we got Super Cup, which is a.
That was Buffy last year, but this year's Davey FPL. Boo.
Then we got Mods and Cons, which is Paulie. Got the division head-to-heads. Michael Svedin won the Elimination League. Simon J won the Community League. Fantrax Gabriel de Rock won that for Division 1. Score predictor would be Lino. Wow. Okay. Let's we'll get that sorted out. So much to do. Like, I need this time off of FPL to kind of get everything all up to date.
That's incredible. Incredible.
Okay, so are we going to... there's something under info, is there? I don't know. I don't see what you mean.
I think he's referring to me finding out where Hall of Fame is. He's just saying, Paul, saying where the Hall of Fame is underneath info and stuff. In
the section, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously the Super Cup this year with Davey FPL winning it, just Sun captaincy coming through over Dara B's Kane captaincy, unfortunately. And yeah, big season for Dara.
It was close though, wasn't it?
Oh, it was extremely close. Davey won 107 only by 16 points.
Yeah.
16 points he beat Dara B by. Very close run.
I'm mindful of the time, Steve-O. So let's just run one more time through the chat, see what they are saying. We've got a man Dylan here. Will Ruben Neves be positive for Man United? No. Ramanathan, Steve-O is company to Burnley a good here we go.
I watched a video of the popular Burnley YouTuber and he seems to think it could be a really good move, so I'm just going to take his word for it that it should be okay. I'm a bit dubious. I think we need an experienced Championship manager myself, but as he stated, you know, this guy's learning his trade and actually could come in with a lot of new ideas, and it may. But I still think next season we're fighting a relegation battle. I think we're going to end up like, I don't know, 16th, 17th, something like that. We're not going to get relegated, but I think it's going to be a very horrible season to watch.
Yeah. Well, you'd be watching a lot of Championship football, Steve-O.
I'll be watching Burnley, but I'll be watching Championship.
I think that we probably should think about wrapping up the stream, I think, at this point. But we will make a mention of the Community League because it is a very highly subscribed league. It would seem that there's lots of people in there. And, of course, number one there was someone called Tess Ocklin. I have no idea if they still watch the show. I have never seen them in the YouTube, so I don't know if they're under that name or another alias in YouTube. But Tess Ocklin won it. Overall rank 10. 10th in the world.
Again,
probably watched
I
our
don't
show
really
once. Watched our show once, joined via the league code, and then
let's do the members league. Let's get real. Let's go to the members league. That's the another one which
members league. Here we go, members league, and this is the second most important league, other than the Tour Elite. I would say actually Rivals League, then this one. Actually no, this one I would say is probably one of our most important leagues. The FPL Members League. Vigard here, super team. He had a great season. I'm looking at his game week history now. I mean, look at his OR. Starts off,
I'm looking at it.
And it's just absolutely just insane. Like, look how many he was down to bloody 30,000 in game week 12, game week 13. And he's just stayed so consistent all the way through. Look at the consistency there.
Highest
from
rank,
game week 13. From game week 13 to game week 38, I don't think he dropped lower than 33,000, 34,000. Oh, he's 41,000. 41,000 from game week 14 to game week 38. He didn't go lower than 41,000 in the world. Sorry, 42,000 in the world. And that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. 9,900 he was in game week 36.
Yep.
Well done. And The only problem is he's a Liverpool fan. Second place. He's an Arsenal fan. We'll let him off.
Yeah, let's just kick us.
Is that another Norway flag?
Yeah.
Are we getting taken over by Norwegians?
Yeah, I think so.
We are, are we? We've got these Vigard and... Oh my God, Clickus and Vigard. What's going on? These Scandinavian players they're no joke, Stevo. Like, player for player, they are ridiculously good. Second place, Ole, Andre, Olsen, Clickus. Let's have a look at his game week history. Look at this. Very similar. Very similar. But look at this. Game week 26, Stevo. He was 7,000 in the world. Game week 26.
Yeah.
It's crazy. 7,000 in the world. Game week 26. Still very respectable finish in top 25,000. Let's quickly go and look at third place. We've got Brew. Who's he? Well,
these two, to be fair, Brew and Firetog had a real big fight out between the pair of them, and Brew ended up 2 points better off. Firetog,
we talked about Firetog. I mean, he's had a very good season.
Phenomenal.
Like he finished 24,000.
Yeah, and I kept citing him on the members' videos and also on streams, saying how I love this strategy of just going hard on Man City. It paid off, and I was trying to catch him.
I mean, look at his overall rank. I mean, we talk about overall ranks and consistency, but like if you like game week 25, 131,000. I mean, since after that, he never dropped back.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah,
he never ever dropped. He never dropped back over 100,000 after game week 25. It's just, even his red arrows weren't even big red arrows. None of them were big. None of them were big red arrows at all. And then to end up 24,000 is very, very good. But Brew's done absolutely brilliantly as well. And quickly look at his game week history.
But he was aiming for a top 10k finish, and he just it's just in the last few weeks.
23,000. I mean, he was aiming for a top 10k. I can see at game week 34 he was 11,000. Then he must have thought he had a chance. Game week 37 let him down. Really, he dropped from 14,000. He more than doubled his rank at that point. Game week 37, he got 43 points in game week 37 after taking a -8. That was the one. That was the game week that ruined him. And look, it was Kane, Son, and Kulusevski triple up. And of course, Kulusevski got a yellow card. Son captain. Wasn't the game week to captain Son. He's the only player really to get him anything in the whole game week was Alonso, really. And he's got Pookie on the bench with 8 points. Crazy. That if it wasn't for that one game week, I reckon he would have finished in the top 10k. So that's where it went wrong for Brew. But yeah, guys, mindful of the time right now. We know the Liverpool game's about to start.
Blimey, yeah.
Keep updated in our Discord, really. Discord and Twitter. I'm gonna have a think about things. Feel free to let us know in the Discord under the think tank ideas, suggestions that you would like to see. What we do right, what we don't do so well. Feel free to give us constructive feedback. It's much appreciated. All the support you've given me, myself and Stevo over the last 3.5-4 years. Next year we'll crack on again. We'll look to do some more cool stuff with the community, with the members, and more importantly, we'll jazz things up and become more available to do. Maybe we can kind of try and get a schedule going. Who knows? But anyway, I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much, guys and girls.
Yeah,
and I'll
thanks
see
everybody.
you soon. Cheers, guys.
See you later.
Take care. Enjoy the Liverpool game. Go on. Go on,
Come on,
Madrid.
Liverpool.
Come on, Madrid. See you later.